866-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange home gain gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com, HomeGain.com. Check them out today. Dr. Joseph Mercola is our guest. Coming up in about 10-15 minutes, I'm going to open the phones up specifically for health questions that you have for him. I have a few of my own questions. The toll-free number to join us is 1-800-259-9231, 800-259-9231. Doc, going through the articles that I see you posting and that your great researchers are putting together that link to all the mainline medical studies that are out there, it's not just bisphenol A we've got to worry about. You've been reporting on the other chemicals that are in the liners of the wrappers around hamburgers and other things that are causing serious problems. Can you go over what bisphenol A and these other chemicals are and what the studies show they're doing?
Well, the article you're referring to, we posted last week, a study that came out that showed that these wrappers, which are usually put in place to prevent the grease and oils in the fast food from leaking out, as they would if you use regular paper, there's these sticky coatings, and you see some of it too also on the microwavable popcorn. So the way they're able to do that is really similar to how they achieve a nonstick surface, which is they put a fluorinated chemical compound, and this fluorine compound actually dissociates and it migrates into the food. So you're actually eating these compounds when you do that, and that's definitely not going to be
fluorine. That sounds like fluoride.
Yes, well, it's a fluoride compound. There's no question.
Well, they just love to give us fluoride, I guess, because they love us.
Well, it's a pretty useful chemical. It's a really interesting innovation to have a material that you can fry food with and not stick, but it does it at quite a price. You know, I typically, when I'm lecturing, tell people if they have any non-stick finishes to either find a relative or a neighbor they don't like and give it to them, because the stuff is toxic as heck. But actually, it's not that toxic as long as you don't heat it. But the moment you heat it, you start to volatilize this fluoride, and it goes into a gas, and it can cause health problems. And it's so much so that if you're in an enclosed environment, you could actually kill pet birds. I mean, this stuff is really toxic. Oh,
I'm sure it's an accident they're doing this. Also, they report on the bisphenol A is in most, or 40%, and they said, 60% of the printer ink. So I guess I'm touching it right here, right now. I mean, this stuff is just everywhere.
Well, and it's sort of stealth, too. And when you go to the grocery store and you get these receipts, it's on those receipts. So, you know, you want to really minimize your contact with those.
Now, the good news is, 4 states have passed laws to start restricting this, at least for children. They're pointing out that it's in the baby bottles, as, again, you did a decade ago plus. So we're starting to move in a good direction, but now we're finding out that this stuff is just everywhere.
It's pervasive. There's no question it is. And aside from the bisphenol A, you have the phthalates, which is a chemical that's added in the manufacture of plastic to make it pliable. So any plastic that's flexible will have these phthalates in there, and that's another chemical that's loaded with complications, and that also should be banned.
Well, from my research, correct me if I'm wrong, a large percentage of petrochemical waste, in some cases up to 30% of crude oil they have to get rid of, and so they just created industries for the distillates, what was left, and that's where most of this stuff comes from. It's petrochemical leavings, and so they just put it into our food chain.
And they charge us a pretty price for it, too. Just as very similar to what they've done with fluoride waste products, which is a common waste material in the manufacture of aluminum.
Well, I'm not the leading alternative health research director out there like you are, but I do talk to the public. I do see things in mainstream media. I hear women talking on radio. I hear women talking in grocery stores, women's magazines. I read them. It's got to be a third or more of the women, young women, are having thyroid problems. Their hair is falling out. Is that a cocktail of chemicals with this epidemic of women's hair falling out?
Well, there's two primary ones that are culprits, and they tend to be these halogens. It's important to understand that iodine is an important mineral that we need for thyroid function, but it's easily displaced by these other halogen chemicals or elements such as fluoride and also bromine. So fluoride is becoming pervasive, and clearly the most common source is in the water supply, but fluoridated toothpaste is also another issue. So when you're consuming that and you're consuming most bleached flours, it's bleached with bromine. So almost all the flour out there is brominated. So these bromine and fluoride ions displace the iodine from the thyroid, and as a result, you can't form thyroid hormone because that's what's part of the thyroid hormone is iodine. So that's the mechanism. Soy is also another pervasive one that's really there's a hormone in there called isoflavones, which actually act as a goitrogen and impair thyroid health. So the combination of these fluoride bromides and soy are probably the biggest culprits for
unbelievable. Stay there, Dr. Long segment coming up. I want to continue going through this. So what do women and men and others who are losing all their hair, they're becoming obese, even though they're not eating a lot, I mean, how do you reverse this? And is there a way to clean it out? Well, we'll be right back, folks. Fluoride everywhere, and no clean food or water for us to drink.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You've heard Alex explain how the Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions. Yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lung system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lung system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lung system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lung system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5 Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 or visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship, body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
So, Dr. Mercola, you get the same intel that I'm receiving. I mean, they admit in the media that thyroid dysfunction's off the charts. Perhaps you can talk about those numbers, but just women everywhere, talk show hosts, you name it, young women. I hear them talking about it, and I see women all over the place. You can see their hair falling out. I mean, how much more obvious does this poisoned environment have to get? Please continue breaking that down.
Well, the bulk of the people that experience this are women. My guess is it's certainly the majority of women, but perhaps 75, 80% of women have some challenge with it. And if your listeners are interested in finding out if they have a problem, you certainly go online, our website, or Google it and find out what the symptoms are. But there's a blood test you can take. It's called TSH, which is short for thyroid-stimulating hormone. And, of course, the normal conventional lab test normal ranges are off. But if your number comes back below 1.5, then it's okay. If it's above 1.5, it'll be most likely you have a problem. But you'll be told that you're okay if it's below 5. So there's this range where almost all the conventional doctors are misunderstanding and misinterpreting the results. So it's far more common than traditionally believed.
So what do? Get off these things that have the fluorines and fluorides in it. Stop using the non-stick. Stop drinking out of the bisphenol A. Stop drinking the fluoridated water. Stop bathing in it. I mean, are there ways to heal?
No fluoride toothpaste, and the flour. You can't have brominated flour. That's definitely
so no white flour, no bleached flour.
Right, it'll say brominated on it. So those you have to stop the assaults to your body. That's one. But then the detoxification can be somewhat of a challenge. And the key thing is if you have serious thyroid issues, most likely you're placed on a synthetic version of thyroid hormone, which is called most commonly Synthroid or Levothyroid. But these are not the best. The best is a natural thyroid hormone, which is called typically armor thyroid or desiccated thyroid, which will solve the problem and allow you to start a process.
Is that the one that's from cows?
Yes, it's typically from cows, right? Or pigs. I think it's from pigs. It's porcine. It's from pigs. The most common one's from pigs, yeah.
I don't know. I just did some research and saw them promoting and selling desiccated cow thyroid, but I'm saying...
Yeah, I think that's a better one, but it's somewhat hard to find. Yes, the most armor thyroid is from pigs.
And I guess you go to a doctor or a clinic, and then they test your blood?
Those are prescription. Yeah, most of the time you're going to get the test through a licensed healthcare professional, and those specific supplements do have to be prescription, at least in the United States. Of course, you can be creative and go online and purchase these things overseas without a prescription.
And then the women start to see their hair come back from the research I've looked at. But you notice when you search these terms, you mainly find people that want to do hair restoration or they want to sell you minoxidil. They don't want to tell you, it's just like mainline medical science. They want to treat the illness instead of, or treat the symptoms instead of actually treating the underlying cause, correct?
That tends to be the common pattern, yes.
Boy, that is cold-blooded. So for all you women out there wondering why your hair is falling out at age 30, now you know. Are there any other